you deal with drugs, you destroy my country. I will kill you. Well, I do not mince my words. I will kill you. And when you do drugs, sell it to our daughters, to our young boys, and you destroy their life, I will kill you. Because that is a defense mechanism of a... I will kill them. You destroy my country, I will have to tell you that you bring out the worst in me. You drug people. Kayong nakikinig ngayon na nasa negosyo ng drugs. You're doing an evil thing, and do not ever think that you are the only one who can do evil things. Kasi ako, marunong rin akong bumaba sa impyerno to really meet you where you want it to be.
The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Today is the second day for vaccinations of the A4 priority group in the city of Manila. Are more economic frontliners able to receive the shot today? Let's get the answers from Romel Lopez. He's reporting to us live from Manila. Romel, good afternoon. We reported a commotion yesterday over the limited supply of shots. Are vaccinations today going any differently?
Yes, Charles, just like yesterday, many of those economic frontliners who lined up here in the area went home disappointed. The number of people wanting to receive the shot has yet again outnumbered the allocated doses in the vaccination sites. Here in Ramon Magsaysay High School, economic frontliners started lining up as early this morning in the hopes of finally getting inoculated. Workers ranging from almost all industries tried their luck scrambling for doses available in the area. Each of the 5 vaccination sites here in Manila are allocated 900 doses each, but at around 8 a.m. supplies are beginning to run out. Queuing was stopped and workers were denied entry to the vaccination site. Just as yesterday, many workers felt disappointed as most of them filed leaves of absence just to line up for vaccination today. To avoid these issues, some of the local governments encouraged residents to register online and line up once they receive a scheduled appointment. But in the city of Manila, the LGU said that they will stick to their first-come, first-served basis. The LGU shunned appointment system, for they believe that it will only lead to vaccine wastage. Authorities explained that many of those who got reservations online do not show up on the vaccination day, thus wasting a slot of a willing vaccinee and possibly wasting a vial. Charles, as of Monday, almost 300,000 Manileños already received a COVID-19 vaccine. The LGU said that as long as the supplies comes, they will disperse every single of these vaccines ASAP. Charles?
And stay safe, Romel. That was Romel Lopez reporting live from Manila. Nurses fear that they will not receive their due back pay as hospitals are starting to reprogram their budgets. On One News's agenda, PGH Nurses Association President Josel Ebesate said public hospitals are likely to reprogram unused budget from last year, denying them the chance to receive their back pay. Ebesate also said that they are now urging the government to allot some more funds for nurses under the 2021 national budget. The group said nurses are asking for only 43 million pesos in unpaid salaries, a small amount that could come from the Budget Department's 29 billion peso contingency fund for government personnel.
Nagpapatulong din tayo sa ating national government na baka naman mayroon ding savings pa and considering na ongoing pa yung ating 2021 na allocation. So baka mayroong elbow room.
A former Supreme Court justice is pushing for the enactment of a new baselines law to finally implement the arbitral ruling on the West Philippine Sea. Mobile journalist Stanley Gahete gives us the front seat to the story.
5 years ago next month, the Philippines won a landmark legal battle against China in The Hague. But the Philippines still has to enforce the ruling. The ruling gave the country economic rights to maritime domain, the West Philippine Sea, declaring China's excessive claims as illegal and invalidated its 9-line claim based on historical records. A former Supreme Court Associate Justice believed he has the solution to the problem. Is dividing the country. Francis Hardalesa has written President Rodrigo Duterte suggesting to enact a new baseline law identifying land features in the West Philippine Sea to assert the country's claim.
I sent today a letter to President Duterte expressing some concern that 5 years have lapsed and yet the country remains divided on how best to enforce the arbitral award.
The bill, the proposal, does not presume the authority to designate the claims of the country. So the intention of the authors is to merely leave that discussion to the government.
Hardalesa and a group of maritime law experts have asked the president to certify as urgent a bill on a new baselines law. The bill proposes to identify and name a total of 128 maritime features, rocks, reefs, atolls, submerged or just jutting out from the water as part of the country's jurisdiction.
Legislation is an act of sovereignty that establishes territorial title. However, such legislation must pertain to the disputed territory rather than to a general territorial or maritime area. The proposed legislation names the individual features. Thus, it constitutes an act of sovereignty in relation to each feature. This is especially necessary in features such as Baho de Masinloc and Pag-asa, where Chinese and Vietnamese vessels are always present. Unfortunately, we cannot wait for China or Vietnam or Malaysia to adopt baselines around the rocks that they are occupying. The bill thus draws baselines around the contested rocks precisely to enable the Philippines to exercise its rights in its uncontested EEZ.
The old baselines law passed during the Gloria Arroyo administration is vague and lumped together all areas which are part of the Kalayaan Island group in the South China Sea.
The trouble with 9522 is that it does not name the features and it does not say which regime we are adopting, regime of islands as rocks. Therefore, we only need to have a baseline generating a TS from each of these rocks.
International laws require the country to identify the specific areas it claims, which the new baselines law addresses. But will China and other claimant states in the South China Sea accept the new baselines law?
Of course, China will oppose this, and of course, China might even adopt its own baselines. The same with Malaysia and Vietnam. The thing is, if Malaysia adopts baselines around each rocks, then it would be an implicit acceptance and enforcement of the award.
There is really no assurance the new law will resolve the country's maritime dispute with China. But for Hardalesa and the group of maritime law experts, it is a better option to assert what is rightfully belongs to the country.
This is really why, from our perspective, we need this law to clarify. There was also a comment, and I'm going just to reflect that, a comment from one of the organizers. And it's good that our media personnel are here because it's really important. We also tend to stoke emotional responses to what's happening in the SES, given our patriotism. But if we are not really sure about the status of the features there, then we might unnecessarily actually stoke emotions that are not helpful in diplomatic relations. No?
They said this is one option the president should not ignore.
Means of enforcing the arbitral award and strengthening our territorial and maritime rights in the West Philippine Sea.
Stanley Gete, We Are One News.
The Olympic torch relay continued its journey around Japan, beginning the first of 2 days through Akita Prefecture. Onlookers lined the route waving flags and holding up signs as smiling torchbearers went by. The Olympic flame was even carried by a coxswain and a cruise shell as rowers led it up a river. The Olympics are slated to open on July 23, despite Tokyo and other regions battling a fourth wave of COVID-19 infections. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 1 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.